So I finished Doom: The Dark Ages. It was a very good game. Very quality game too. But I have to say I am disappointed. I want to begin with the Doom's most important aspect to me. The soundtrack. What's the point of the Doom's soundtrack? To make you feel like you are on the edge, pump you with adrenaline while you are slaughtering demons, isn't it? Maybe you will love it so much that you will add the in-game OST to your workout playlist. I mean, I too am listening to Doom Eternal's OST in my workouts. Previous games' soundtracks were pure fire. I think most people will agree with me on this. However, this game's soundtrack is a huge downgrade. Compare it to the other games in the franchise. Even the OG Doom games had better soundtrack than this game. I liked only 3 pieces in the entire game. This and this. Let's look at the music from the previous games, shall we? Man, it is nowhere close. I hope this has illustrated my point. I really miss Mick Gordon. His soundtrack was one of the reasons that I have played Doom Eternal for nearly 400 hours. DLC composers were great too. I also think the mixing is quite bad too. You can barely hear the music in the combat. And no, my music volume was full in the entire game. Just look at this. Don't get me wrong, I think the soundtrack is better than average. Most games don't even have a soundtrack in these days, but I think it's worse than the previous games in the franchise. I know the theme and the setting is different, but it doesn't change my opinion that the soundtrack in the game doesn't punch and flow like the previous ones. I think the soundtrack is done. Let's talk about the sound design. Sound design is very good.
You're pretty good.
All weapons, explosions, melee attacks in the game sound beefy and satisfying. Characters are sounding good.
The beast is tearing through our ranks once again. And still, you continue to be influenced by this outsider.
Pickups are sounding good. Your ears are going to thank you for playing this game. Okay, now the second most important aspect, the gameplay. When Hugo Martin said,
"And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight."
I was worried. Standing didn't sound like a good idea in a Doom game. But the gameplay turned out better than I expected. First, the gameplay is pretty simple. Dodge particles, parry green, and empty your mag, similar to the classic Doom games. However, I have a little problem. In FPS games, I tend to quick switch a lot. It's literally muscle memory. But in the Dark Ages, quick switching is not viable, at least for the Nightmare difficulty, which is the difficulty that I have played on. Weapon switching is pretty slow, but the demons are not. Sticking to one weapon is more viable in any case. You can finish the game easily with the super shotgun and the cycler. I think both weapons are overpowered. I fully upgraded both weapons and waltzed my way through the finish without feeling the need to switching weapons. Let's talk about the parry. Gaming industry's current phenomenon. Every single game has a parry mechanic nowadays. When I saw the shield and parry in the trailers, I was like, parry in Doom 2? Fucking hell! I was pissed. Fortunately, it is not as tedious in the game as I thought it will be. Parry timing is pretty generous. However, every time you parry, the game slows down. It is annoying and breaks the flow of the game in my opinion. What about the progression and level design? It is like Doom 2016's progression, but this time the maps are open and bigger. You search the map back and forth to find upgrade items. Honestly, I find this boring. In Doom Eternal, the maps were designed so well you could find most of the upgrade items while just playing the game normally. You didn't have to search the map back and forth. It was optional. Progression felt natural in Doom Eternal. But in the Dark Ages, there are a lot of parts that you just search for items while nothing happens. Even the music stops playing. Crickets. Look.
Now Shay, look at it.
Oh my
She
god,
got that
bro.
shit sound like
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
This is killing my motivation to do Uta Nightmare. This goes on and on. Absolute waste of time. Can somebody tell its software that we are in 2025, not in 1993? The upgrades are also a huge downgrade from Doom Eternal. First, I want to talk about something that annoyed me so much. Sentinel Shrines. These shrines are the places where you buy the upgrades for your weapons. Why is this even exists? It is so unnecessary. In the previous games, you could buy the upgrades from a simple menu. It was quick and time efficient. But now first you have to find the upgrade items by searching the map, and then you have to go to these shrines to buy your upgrades. Bro, I am playing as the Doomslayer, not as some errand boy. Okay, let's talk about the actual upgrades. I have found most of them are pointless. The upgrades I found useful are the Super Shotgun upgrades, the Cycler upgrades, the Base Shield upgrades, and Iron Flail upgrades. I didn't even bother fully upgrading the other weapons because I was barely using them. In Doom Eternal, every weapon had its own purpose. Every weapon was important. That incentivized the player to use and upgrade them. Also, you could do brutal quick switch combos and feel the pump. I want to say one more thing about the level design. The dragon and mecha parts are breaking the core gameplay loop of shooting, ripping and tearing in my opinion. They add too little value to the gameplay compared to how much time they take. They look great and gorgeous, but that's it. By the way, I recommend you to turn on auto sprint. It is more comfortable and faster to play without pressing the shift every 5 seconds. Let's talk about graphics and performance. The graphics are absolutely beautiful. Environments look very nice. They have the feel of the battlefield. I played the whole game with low settings and DLSS quality. Even with these settings, graphics doesn't look bad. But there's a catch. This game has built-in ray tracing, which means you can't turn it off. This has a huge impact on performance. As we all know it, Doom games are known for their optimization. However, in this Doom game, optimization doesn't exist. I could barely see above 100 FPS with RTX 4060, i7 13700 and 32 gigs of RAM. My FPS even dipped to 40s in some areas. This is unacceptable. I can get above 200 FPS in Doom Eternal with ease. PS here people. When I opened the game to record some footage, I saw that my saves are gone. I googled the issue and it was happened to other people too. Fortunately, I had finished the game already. I hope they will fix this issue as soon as possible. Now let's continue. We are started to see more games with built-in ray tracing. However, the GPUs on the market simply don't have enough raw power to utilize ray tracing even with all these upscaling and frame generation technologies.
We're only rendering 1 out of 10 pixels. So every pixel that you see, only 1 out of 10 is actually computed. The other 9, AI guessed.
Bruh.
NVIDIA is not going to give us GPUs that have enough raw power because there is simply not enough competition right now. If there was enough competition, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. I think we need new manufacturers for GPUs. Just 2 companies are not enough competition for the market, and it is the reason for the overpriced, weak GPUs we have right now. I see people on the internet saying do not buy GPUs from NVIDIA sheeps or do not buy from AMD. This is pure BS to me. If you want to play the newer games or do anything graphic related, you have to buy a GPU. And since there are only 2 companies to buy GPUs from, you have no choice. Anyway, people, I am going to wrap this up. This was my first video with commentary. I hope you could understand my English. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the game. And I say this again. This is not a bad game. In fact, it's a very good game. But my expectations were so much different. You can play this game and get easily hooked. It's fun. I even got the itch to play it while I was editing this video. If you liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe so I can cook more videos for you. I'm out.